Hello everyone, this is KinCony Home Automation Training Lesson 4, Smart Motor Control Basics. So in this video, I will show you how to control this curtain motor, and you can use for your curtain, use for blinds, or use for shut. So in this video, we will look at the motor, the principle, and how to connect the wire, and how to control by different software. Okay, let's look at this is lesson 4. And the first, we can look at the different types of the curtain motor. And you can see this is the first one, and the second one, and the third one. And maybe you have many other kinds of this different things motor. But this is widely used. This is the first one. You can see that is have a single open. This fabric is single open, just left to right and right to left. So this is widely used. This is type A. And the second, you can see this is for double open. So this fabric will be open and close, open and close. This will be have a double directions. And the first one just left to right and left to right. And this is second just for different directions. And this one you can see just have two tracks. You can see this have two kinds of fabric. Maybe have a thin fabric and maybe have a thick fabric. So you can see this have two types of fabric, and this have two directions and two types of fabric. So this one you can see will have two motor and two track, and two motor, two track. So this have a different directions. So this one just have one motor, one track, and this one have two motor and two track. And this one you can see the blinds just for up and for down. So this just according to the different track. The motor also is different, but for your software and for your application config is same. So you can see the next, we can look at the different motor and the diagram. You can see this one and this one, this is long. And this one is for blinds. Blinds motor, the motor lines the size according to the blinds size. So you will see the motor is very long, just is very long. And the next you can see this motor, just this motor is for these types of curtain. You can see this type of curtain. So these four pictures, the motor all is same, just only use one by this one motor. Just they have different size of track. So some tracks is for this size, and some maybe have different shapes, maybe have different shapes and not just straight. Okay, and we will look at just this motor and look at this diagram, and you will see this is a simplest schematic. You can see the relay 1 and relay 2 have connect with this motor, and this motor you can see that have a 3-1. That is simplest way, and also you can see this motor have we have connected with the 4-1 because this is for forward and this for reverse, just for different directions, forward and reverse. Okay, this for different directions. So that will have 2-1 and connect with AC 220 volt or AC 110 volt. Just have the power so that the motor will be running. For example, if you have connect this lead line to this, the R1 relay 1 is on, so this the current goes through this F to the motor, goes through back to the neutral. So this motor will be these directions. And if you can see, if this relay 2 is turned on and relay 1 is turned off, so this lead line will current goes through this R2 and goes through this R1 and goes through this motor back to the neutral. So this time that will be another directions will running from the motor. So this will be very easy. Just connect the leaf line to different one, so that will control this motor for the different directions. And if the R1 and R2 all is turned off, so the motor will be stopped. So make sure, it's very important to make sure not let your motor R1 and R2 turn on at the same time, so that will be broken the motor, because you have connected this to one or with this leaf line, so this will be broken the motor. And just make sure not turn all on of the R1 and R2. Later I will show you how to set this interlock group mode to protect this motor. Okay, and the next we will look at the different software application such as the KinCony KCS web page that used in local network and for configure the controller, and this is KinCony cloud server, and for remote control by internet in any platform such as compute and mobile phone without any application, just by web browser. And this is Tuya mobile phone application, so that you can remote control by internet, use your mobile phone to control your curtain motor. And this is used by the Home Assistant software. This is the open source home automation project, is widely used and it's very popular. And it also used by compute, by mobile phone, and by pad. And the next we will look at how to control by switch panel to turn on the curtain and close the curtain, open and close the curtain. And the next also we can look at how to set the FDDT for different curtain, and for the process switch panel, and how to set for up and how to set for down, just change the motor for different directions. Okay, now we'll look at step by step. And first we need to look at the controller and the motor. Let's look at it firstly. Okay, you can see this is a motor. I have also connected with a motor, and you can see this have a different motor. This motor it also have a curtain motor, but you can see this only have a circuit that for L and N, just for power supply, because the PCB board, the control board in this motor inside. Because you can see this is an antenna, so this have RF remote, and also this is a communication way. But this is just for communication, because the control board, control system is inside of this motor. And this is another one. Just today we will use this one. This is the easiest way to control your motor. You can see I have make a label so that you can easy to understand which directions the motor is running. And also you can see this also have a one, but this time you can see that have a many one. You will see this have a actually this have a 5 one. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This yellow is very shortly. I have cut. So I have cut all not used cable. Actually, I have just used 4 one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can see this is the power from my power. You can see just this power socket. Okay, this is a power. Okay, you can see this cable. This is leaf line and this is neutral line. And the leaf line, because I have connected with this relay 1 and relay 2, and you can see this is relay 1 and this is relay 2. So I have connected this COM together. This relay 1, you can see this is COM and this is COM together with the leaf line. And the leaf line output, you can see this controlling this motor directions, and this black cable also controlling this motor directions. So if this one have power, so the motor will be turning one directions, and if this one have the power and this is disconnect, so the motor will have another directions. Okay, and this one you can see the blue is the neutral that have connected with my power neutral line directly, and the green this green have connect with this AC lead line, because the motor also have a small PCB board inside, because you can see this used for LED indicate and this for config. So this have a power for a PCB board inside of this motor. But the commonly used the motor have 3 line is enough. You can see the 3 line is the simplest schematic, just F directions, R directions, and this one and neutral, just a neutral line. Okay, so we can put it here, and also you can see this I have connector wall switch. This wall switch also is momentary wall switch, just a push button. I have connect. You can see this one, the blue one is digital input 1, and this one is digital input 2, and this one is ground. So this is ground. So I have connected with this one. You can see the digital input 1 is the blue line. I have connected with the K1, and this one, the digital input 2, is the yellow one. I have connected with the K2, and the black color I have connected K10 is ground. So it's also very easy, just a momentary wall switch. If you have a second wall switch, because if you have a second one, you want use a different button, and this button and this button are for controlling this motor. So you can connect this K1 to this K1 together, and this K2 and to this K2 together. So you can extend many different switch panels installed in anywhere. And this cable also supports long distance. This cable supports 300 meters, no problem. So this for long distance design for KinCony controller. And so you can see this I have connected with the Ethernet cable for KinCony controller. This is AIO hybrid because it have many different hardware resources. It's all in one. But also you can choose different KinCony controller for your situation. You can select by our web page, and this is power supply, and this is digital input for wall switch, and this is for motor, and use 2 relay to control 1 motor. Okay, let's put it here. Okay, now I will put my motor in this at here, so that I will want you'll see these directions will be easily. Okay, let's back to my computer. And first, it's very important, we must need to set the interlock mode firstly, because that will be protect the motor. And let's look at, you can see, for example, if you can see this relay 4, relay 5, you can see relay 4, relay 5, I can turn on at the same time. And you can see this relay 1, if I turn on, you can see this motor is running. This is clockwise. And turn off, and turn on the second channel, relay 2, and you will see this is anti-clockwise. So this is another directions. But you can't turn on relay 1 and relay 2 at the same time. But you can see this one, this can turn on at the same time. But sometimes people will have some mistake to turn on or on. So the first you can go to this output and set the channel, because this AIO board have 5 channel relay. So this relay 1 and relay 2, we need to set to the interlock group mode for firstly. I have set to group 1 and group 1 just as the same number. You can see the relay 3, relay 4, relay 5 all are 0. So this without interlock mode, and this one interlock mode. So if you want relay 3 and relay 4 also have interlock mode, so you just choose this 2. So they will have another side, another group of interlock mode. After you have set to the interlock mode, you will see in the monitor, and we can turn on relay 1. But you can see if I turn on relay 2, this will automatically turn off relay 1 and then turn on relay 2. So this will protect the motor. So if this one is on, and the second one to on, so must the first one is turned off. So the second will be turn on. So you can see, I can turn on relay 1, so will be automatically turn off relay 2. But you can see relay 4 and relay 5, they can also work at the same time. But these two relay 1 and relay 2, you can see, just by this way, by this way, by this way. So you can turn on relay 1, turn on the motor, open curtain, and off. And this one on, and this one off. So this is very important for the motor. Okay. After you set the motor, you can see I can control the motor in different sub application. This is by KCS, and also you can see in KinCony Cloud Server that can remote control by internet. You can see you just by this one, and you can turn on relay 1 and turn on output 2, no problem. So you can add many KinCony controller to this KinCony Cloud Server. And another way, you can control by the Home Assistant, and you can see I can choose this AIO. I have connected Home Assistant by MQTT Auto Discover. So you can see if I turn on relay 1, the motor running, and also I can turn on relay 2, and this will automatically turn off relay 1. So if I have set the interlock mode, so interlock mode at here, so even if KCS web page, KinCony Cloud Server, and Home Assistant all will use based on this principle, have an interlock. You can see interlock, interlock, and interlock. Okay. And next, we can look at how to control by Tuya mobile phone application and in my mobile phone application. And you can see this is my Tuya mobile phone application. And also you can use Tuya and Smart Life. I have used Smart Life. And you can see this is the AIO. And this time you can see this one, if I can turn off relay 1, you can see this by Tuya mobile phone. And this relay 2, you can see, this also can use the Tuya mobile phone. So this can remote control by internet. And now I will have using the Wi-Fi, but also I can disable the Wi-Fi. And this time I have used the 5G. I have used the 5G. So you can see I can also remote control by 5G. Turn on and turn off. And by another directions, this is turn off. Okay. And now the next we want press this button to turn on, open and close the window. Also, it's very easy. Just configure ifDDT. So let's look at my setting on my computer. You can see at here that have ifDDT. That I have created two ifDDT commands. One is for open and one is for close. And you can see edit. If the DI1, I have connected digital input 1 and the rising edge and apply, and let this DO and the toggling relay 1. This is for first channel relay, just for on and for off, just for toggling. And if I also create the second ifDD command, I can edit, and this time you can see this is DI2, that is digital input 2, and also control this relay 2. Okay, so after you set the ifDD, you just enable it, and we can press this switch button. And you can see if I press this button, this relay will be on, and this motor began running. And if I press again, and you can see this is turn also is off. The state will update to Tuya mobile phone and another applications. And press this button, and you can see this is on. Press this button, you can see this is off. So press this button, and also I can close that here, and control by mobile phone, and control by wall switch. Okay. So this time you can see I can use different application for the motor, and even if you can see I can use the monitor. If I turn on this first channel relay, And let's look at the Home Assistant is update, and my Tuya mobile phone also is update. You can see this is on. So if I turn on relay 2, just relay 2, and you can see this KCS is update. And you can see in Tuya mobile phone, this relay 2 is update. Okay, so this is how to control your motor. And you can see, just according to this one, you can see, it's very easy. You can choose this motor and just find out this different directions one and connect with the power, and so that can running and change the directions. Okay, thanks for watching.